Hello guys and welcome to LangDB. In this tutorial, we are going to build an amazing application using Langchain, and this will be a two-part series where in the first part, that is this, we are going to build a Langchain application using Streamlit and LangDBai, of course. And in the second part, we are going to look at building a RAG application with vector database. And make sure you stay tuned and follow with me. We are going to build an amazing application. So to begin with, we'll need few things. That is LangDBai account. So if you have already signed up, then it's good. Click on login. If you have not, make sure you do it. And there are free credits. There are free credits. Yes, we are currently getting $10 of free credits on sign up. So make sure you do it. Don't miss it out. Login. Once you have logged in, you will be able to see n number of projects on your screen. Select any one of them. If you have just started with LangDBI, select any of your project. You do not have to create any kind of project unless and until you want. Click on your project, then go to models. In the model section, you will see OpenAI. Click on OpenAI. Select any one of the model, that is, let's say GPT 3.5 Turbo. Copy it. Make sure you keep it copy on your machine. Now let's get coding. Create your own Python file and Python project. Once you have done that, I would recommend you to open your terminal. Open the terminal, create a conda environment. Conda create -n. Type your own conda environment name. Let's say Langchain env and give it a Python version. Just like this. 3.10. That's it. Click on enter, and I currently already have it environment setup, that is this. I do not want to do that. Apart from that, you will need three libraries as of now. First is pip install Langchain, correct? Langchain, then OpenAI and Streamlit. Install these three libraries. I currently already have these libraries, so I do not have to install them. It's already done. You can see. Once you have done this, the next step is to initialize our own LLM model. So go to your Python code. Let's get coding. Right here, LM equals chat OpenAI, give braces, imported. How? From where exactly I have to import? Imported from Langchain underscore OpenAI, chat OpenAI. And make sure to add few things. That is, first is API key. Currently, we do not have API key or anything. Keep it null. We'll add it later on. Then base URL. Base URL also we haven't defined yet. So add it as a blank. Apart from that, we do know the model. We just selected GPT 3.5 Turbo from our LangDB project and give it a normal timeout as 10 seconds because we currently need timeout after 10 seconds if there is any kind of issues. The next thing we need to do is provide API key and base URL. So both of them will be of LangDB. Now, how exactly can I do that? Create a key named as LangDB API URL and provide a link. Let's find the link quickly. LangDB API key, and that also we'll need to find. So where exactly can I find this? Let's find out quickly. Now right here, I'm currently on to LangDBai website. Click on login. If you haven't logged in yet, create a sign in account and then continue. Now, first we need to go inside API key to get the APIs. Click on it, and if you are new to LangDB project, click on create, and create will open up this pop-up where you have to provide a name for a key, and that's it. Click on create and it will create it. Once you have done that, it will look something like this where the API key is copyable. Click on copy. and then paste it right into this section where LangDB API key is placed. Pasted, then in the API URL, we currently want the API URL. How should I find it? Now go back to your projects. In the projects, click on your own gen here. Once you have clicked on it, so go to your samples. In the samples, you'll find a base URL. Base URL is your API URL. Copy it, paste it in here. If we bifurcate here, so this is LangDB API URL. This is your project ID, and this is a V1 endpoint where it should query. So it's simple. Now we got all of this. Let's add them into this section. LangDB API URL, and here it should be key, and here to add URL. That's it. Simple, done. So now, since we have added our LLM model right here, we currently need a prompt template. So how can I find the prompt template? I just have to go to the samples directory where the link is in the description for this particular repository. Please make sure you star this because I hope it will be helpful for you. Now, right here we have currently a prompt template, and we'll be using the same prompt template for our assistant also. That is banking assistant, and it will be specializing for providing FAQs, loan related questions. Now, since we have the prompt template, in the prompt template we have three things, that is context, history, and query. These three variables will be needed. So if you scroll down onto this project, we currently have few things, that is for the UI we have currently used Streamlit, and apart from that we have memory and prompt templates. You have to copy them and paste it right here. I'll explain what exactly they mean. First, you have to import it, that is conversation buffer memory and prompt template. How to import it? Import it from Langchain core and langchain.memory. Once done, you'll be able to see we have provided a variable name right here. That is, this is the key for history and this is the input key for query. And the same goes for the input variables which is provided in prompt template. Good. Now, since we have this ready, let's create the UI, right? Now, for the UI, we'll be using the similar things which are currently present on the repository. Copy it and paste it right here. Make sure to import HT. What is HT? Let me show you. It's import Streamlit as HT, just like this. So we have shortened the name of Streamlit. Now, what exactly do they do? So this title will be coming up onto the screen, and the page config is the page title. So whenever you open a website, you see a title, right? So this is the similar way. And st.write, what exactly st.write is? So here it is a description where it is providing a brief introduction like what your assistant can do. So the next part comes along with creating a chain. What exactly the chain is? Type chain and LLM chain. What exactly this LLM chain does? So we first have to provide LLM, which we are going to use. We currently have set it up. LLM, memory, and prompt template. We have to provide all those things. Provide memory, memory equals memory, and prompt equals prompt template. Simple as easy. Now, we have provided all three variables right here. Now we have to provide a chat box. How can we provide it? Let's go back and see. We currently have subheader and a chat container. Also, to display a message, we currently have few things. So let's copy it and then have a look into those. These are the UI elements which we are using right here. We first and foremost thing which we have is a chat box. In the chat box, we have a chat container. It's a container where the user can chat, and apart from that, we have a display messages function. This function helps us to show the messages in aligned way. On the right hand side, we'll be getting the user's message. On the left hand side, we'll be getting the bot's message. Simple as that. Now, if the messages are not present, since you have just opened your chat window, right? So you might not have any kind of messages. So we have to provide empty list. This is what we are currently doing. Apart from that, in the chat container, we are displaying all the chats. So whenever the session refreshes, it displays the chat. And then we have the input text and the send button. So this is the place where the user can type and click on send. So if send button, we want to do few operations. What are those operations? First, we want to get the user input. Let's copy it and then check how it works. Capture the user input, strip it out to remove all the spaces which are on the front and the back of the text. Then check if the user input is not null. If it is null, then it's of no use because we want a valid query. We cannot send empty queries to LLM. Then we have to run the chain where we are providing a context. We'll come back to this context in the next video where we will be integrating with a vector database and using a RAG application. In the query, we have user input where we are providing the question which the user gave us. Apart from that, we have session messages. We are currently appending all the messages which we are getting from the user and the bot. Now, make sure to import requests. Request is important because we want to check if there was no timeout issue so that we can provide to the user a message saying that, hey, there was a timeout issue. There might be a network issue on your end. Then, exception. Any other exception we are getting, just print that out. The next step is to do a spell check. So here, we instead of adding prompt, we added as prompt template. So we have to change it. Now, after doing that, let's run our Streamlit application. So to do that, we first have to invoke Streamlit run. Once you have done this, right here, we have to traverse into the file section. So in the examples, I have Langchain. In Langchain, I have Langchain bot. Let's check. Yes, it is in the right bot. Then demo.py. You might have a different file in itself. Let's go here and our query is ready. Now, let's say hello and see what the assistant responds to us. It says, hello, how can I assist you? So it works. Now, if I ask, tell me what banks are in India. Let's say I want to understand about all the banks which are currently present. So it gave me the major banks which are SBI, HDFC, ICICI and so on and so forth. So these are the banks operated in India. We are able to get a response from it. Now in the next video we'll be checking out how to add the RAG integration and how it works. Once we have done that, we will have a complete chatbot of our own using LangDB. You do not have to worry about anything. You can use DeepSeek, you can use OpenAI or any kind of models right here, and that's it. Now, if you want to check all the analytics, you can check it right here. In the threads, you can check when exactly your model was triggered and what questions it were asking and what kind of questions were asked by the user. So you can identify what kind of issues the model is facing. If you want to change any kind of prompt, then you can change it. And also, if you want to learn more about LangDB, make sure to click on the I button above and go to that video. See you soon. Make sure if you have any kind of doubts, any kind of queries, ask in the comment section. If you want any kind of video, let's say you want an integration with some other kind of models, add it in the comment section. We'll try our best to give you the integration video. See you soon. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like this video. Bye bye.